So when it comes to planning and survival, there are essentials that you genuinely need to gather and/or stash, if that's a fair term for it. There are certain things that you'll repeatedly need, and it's super crucial in a power outage scenario to have these things. So today, we're set to examine 14 of the essentials. There's a whole lot more, but these, in my opinion, are the most important ones. Number 1, duct tape. Look, if there's one item every prepper should have a ton of, it's duct tape. No joke. This stuff is like a magic wand for survival situations. Not only can it fix practically anything, but it also has some pretty awesome uses that you may never have considered. Duct tape can patch up holes in tents, seal a leaky water bottle, and even temporarily fix a flat tire. But it doesn't stop there, not even close. Ever thought of making a boat out of duct tape? Crazy as it sounds, with enough layers, it can actually float. I've also seen folks fashioning a sling for an injured arm, creating a waterproof layer on shoes, or even crafting an emergency rope out of duct tape. Number 2, medical supplies. Every prepper needs to think about stocking up on medical supplies seriously. Imagine this. You're in a survival situation, everything's gone a little wild, and oops, you get a nasty cut while chopping wood. Or maybe your kiddo comes down with a fever. That's where your medical supplies come in handy. You see, these aren't just about Band-Aids and aspirin. We're talking antiseptics, wound dressings, sutures, pain relievers, prescription meds, and even basics like soap. Without this stuff, a small injury can turn into a big problem, like an infection, or a chronic condition can go untreated. I mean, we all hope we'll never have to use them, but when things go south, you'd better believe these items are going to be worth their weight in gold. With a solid stockpile of medical supplies, you're not just prepped. You're ready to handle whatever gets thrown your way and help others too. That's not just being a prepper, that's being a survivor. Number 3, seeds. Non-GMO seeds, or as some of us like to call them, are a must-have for every prepper out there. Why, you might ask? Well, these little guys are the key to keeping your garden going long after the world goes topsy-turvy. Unlike those fancy hybrid seeds you find in most garden stores, heirloom seeds can reproduce. That means you plant them, enjoy a good harvest, and then collect more seeds to plant for next time. Talk about the gift that keeps on giving. Plus, these seeds haven't been genetically messed with, so you're getting good natural food from them. Let's face it, in a world where it seems like everything comes in a can or a plastic wrapper, knowing how to grow your own grub is a pretty big deal. So yeah, keeping a stash of non-GMO seeds on hand not only prepares you for hard times, it also gives you a head start on self-sufficiency and food independence. How cool is that? Number 4, salt. Salt is certainly another one of those things that you need to stockpile, but you need to store it in a cool, dry area. You don't want it to form clumps. There are reasons why we purchase salt licks if we have livestock. They require salt, and so do you. It has to be part of your diet. I favor salt with iodine in it. Of course, you need iodine, so this really assists. You do have a lot of salt in foods, but in a grid-down scenario, you won't have as much processed food, so stocking up on salt is really something we should all do. Number 5, unscented bleach. Unscented bleach not only helps you clean stuff, but you can also use it to purify water, and that's very likely going to be the most crucial role of bleach if you're a prepper. You need to ensure again that it's unscented, and you can opt for the brand name or, like I have here, just a generic one. We own 2 big Berkeys, so we're certainly covered for drinking water, but having the bleach is beneficial for so many different purposes. Number 6, fire starter. Fire is an absolute necessity in a survival situation. One thing I love to do is whenever I'm in line at Walmart or anywhere else, I snag a pack of lighters and just toss them into the bag, and I stockpile these. I have a container where I store all these different lighters. I'm a BIC fan, they just seem to function most consistently, but I also store heaps of matches. Strike Anywhere matches are my go-to, but I do use standard matches as well. I prefer the box type or stormproof matches, which are arguably the best. I mean, that's really what you need. I favor this little container. It has a waterproof compartment for the matches. So even though they are stormproof, you should still have a bit of tinder, and a striker too, just in case as backup. It's just an additional method. Now, of course, these are a lot pricier than your standard matches, so you can really stock up on these. but I would definitely recommend having some stormproof matches. Of course, in a few of our fire kits, and I have my ferrocerium rod and various fire tinders and such, but typically as far as hoarding goes, matches and lighters are really what I focus on. Number 7, candles. Brian and I just experienced a power outage a couple of nights ago due to a storm, and thankfully we had a heap of candles. We managed to light the house up fine without wasting unnecessary power from our flashlights. Of course, we had our flashlights and we could use those, but, the different kinds of candles, even tea light candles, there are loads of different options. These are just really budget-friendly candle choices. Of course, I go for the big ones. You get the 12-hour candles. There's a multitude of different choices. But you can start out inexpensively and build from there. And honestly, who hasn't dealt with a power outage at some point? Number 8, toilet paper. Something you'll really want to stock up on is toilet paper. Now, toilet paper is bulky and cumbersome and the rolls are hefty, but there isn't really a suitable alternative for having toilet paper. It's cheap. We always aim to buy these 12 packs and then just hoard them. But undoubtedly, toilet paper, in my book, is definitely a high priority. Number 9, batteries. Batteries are undoubtedly an essential to keep in stock. Now, if I'm being honest, Duracell, in my experience, outlasts any of the other batteries. So I always keep these close by. And then also the CR123S. I use those in many of my flashlights and in a good number of my optics. We have different tiny batteries like watch battery types. The 2032S are a biggie. All these boxes contain the 2032S. I purchase heaps of those on eBay in bulk packs. Also, the CR123S rechargeable batteries have a charger, but over an extended period, you might not have power, and so I don't really lean too heavily on my rechargeable batteries. These CR123S can have up to a 10-year shelf life, and standard Duracell AA's and AAA's are guaranteed to last for 10 years. And frankly, ladies, we live in a digital era. We're always needing batteries anyway, so it's sensible to have a reserve. Number 10, flashlights. When it comes to being a prepper, the importance of having a good old flashlight just can't be brushed aside. It's like the little black dress of any survival kit. Trust me, it's that essential. First and foremost, light is our best friend in any dicey situation. Whether we're trying to steer clear of obstacles in the dark or spot potential threats, a flashlight is our trusty sidekick. Some flashlights even pull double duty. Believe it or not, models with a serrated bezel can act like an impromptu defensive tool. You remember those hefty old-school mag lights? They could seriously serve as makeshift batons if the need arises. And here's the thing, my friends. Sometimes our gear can let us down. They break, they malfunction. It's a part of life. So having a spare flashlight or two ensures you'll never be left in the dark. In any survival situation, it's all about being prepared, right? What I also love is that many flashlights are versatile. They come with different settings like SOS signals, strobe lights, and can adjust to our needs. Some even work as a lantern when we need a bit more light around. Bottom line, a flashlight is one of those items every prepper gal needs in her toolkit. Number 11, lamp wicks and oil. A lantern can provide you with light, and it's refillable with lamp oil. You can add kerosene to it. You can use different things to operate this. So the major component you need to stockpile are lamp wicks and lamp oil, or at least attempt to have some available. But the wicks are absolutely crucial. You might manage to find oil or something to ignite in your lantern, but without the wick, it won't be of any help. Additionally, if you possess Coleman lanterns, the mantles, having those piled up as well is a significant bonus. Number 12, propane. Many things run on propane. Brian and I got a few of the small camping propane cylinders, but naturally, those on your grill, make sure you have some extra so you can fill them up. We always maintain about 4 or 5 that are full at all times in case we need them. And there's a variety of different items that you can attach to these. So this is certainly an excellent method to have some sort of fuel. It's actually quite stable. Number 13, plastic bags. The significant thing about plastic bags, especially these contractor bags, is their versatility. I usually pick these up from Home Depot. They are robust and they are fantastic. I store them in my go bag. They can serve as a tarp or even as a poncho. I mean, there's a heap of different uses that these trash bags can fulfill, and the heavier grade ones are the best to truly pile up on. But we also use the regular compact bags too. There might be moments where we need them, and so having some kind of bag that you can just toss things into, you can lug it. I mean, there's a multitude of uses. And honestly, ladies, try to grab some of the superior bags that are available, the real sturdy ones. You don't want anything falling out. Number 14, cordage. Cordage is undeniably versatile and can be utilized in a multitude of ways. It's an integral part of any survival kit. Paracord appears to be the most adaptable. A key reason is that authentic paracord, simply a 550 cord, implies it's weight-rated up to 550 pounds, a 7-strand cord. This means there are 7 strands embedded here that you can take advantage of. So clearly the military has been employing this for ages. But it's not just them. Civilians find this stuff invaluable too. So ensure that you have an ample supply of paracord. I have stacks of paracord as I use it constantly. And those are all the items all preppers should hoard for SHTF. Let me know if I missed anything by commenting below. Please like, share, subscribe, and click on the little notification bell too so you don't miss out on our new videos. Until next time, thanks and God bless.